Welcome back to Blue Collar Speed and Repair. Spent the last little bit working on Jesse's Camaro debacle, I guess. Getting his, daily driver back up and running, or a new daily driver, I guess we should say. I want to get back on the van here. Issue we've had since we got it. You can see we got quite a bit of rain last night. This thing's been getting water in it. It's fairly dry on this side right now, but I don't know if you can see this very well. That screw, which is for one of the cab lights, is wet. There's more water in the floorboard on the other side. That seat's wet. Looks like there's water in the back. I think it's primarily coming from these cab lights. I'm pretty sure there's water coming through where this horn is mounted. We're going to dive into that. We're going to see if we can get this cab sealed up, because we have some ideas for this interior that we want to start ordering parts for. So don't want to do interior work and then have water leaking inside, obviously. So I'm going to pull this thing over in front of the shop here, see if we can rinse off all this junk that's everywhere, and maybe put her inside and see if we can get water dripping on her head. Other than that, these doors, you can see how low they hang. I was doing some investigating, and this upper hinge here is split. You can see the metal's split there. So we're going to try to dive into that, see if maybe we can weld it back together, maybe brace it a little bit. I don't know yet. I'm sure these hinges are all hanging as well. No, well, the bottom hinge is loose. Maybe it's damaged too. I don't know. Didn't look that far. Oh yeah, it's all broken too. All right, we're going to dive into that, see if we can get these doors fixed, see if we can get the water leak fixed. I don't know. We're just working on stuff. All right. Start with a cold start here. We did add a new choke cable, but it's a quadri-jet, so we still have to pump it a bunch. Battery's a little weak. Starts a lot better. Before we had to pump, hold the RPMs up. Choke makes a difference.
Oop, hold on. I had to close the door all the way. Well, I hope that the window's all the way up. You can see right there. Rip it in through. Ooh. What am I? Oh, that's fun. It's fine. Everything's fine. Not yet. It's coming in through the seal at that window. Right in the middle.
All right, poured some water over this thing. Worst of the leaks is this air horn, which we'll address. Excuse me. You can see it's coming off of this light, is coming in off of this light. Obviously, that light over there. That's our main concerns. This is obviously the worst of all of it. It's absolutely pouring through that. So I'll have to get into that, figure that out. We also have a windshield gasket leaking, which we are not prepared to fix this time. I'm going to have to do some research, see what I can find for a gasket and whatnot. So I think I'm going to dry this stuff up a little bit, best we can. And I don't know where we're starting. Either the door, maybe we'll start with the lights. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right. Seems like mostly the two lights that we added are leaking. And you see they're not overly tight. I just used some U-clips on the inside. With the exception of the one on the end that's leaking. That one was original, but I think we're going to pull all these off. It has some old gasket material underneath it. That's obviously who knows how old. We have some thin rubber that we bought that we'll make a template out of using the lights and probably make some new gaskets, as well as a gasket for the horn itself. I do have like a rib nut kit that I got off of Scamazon. These are 5mm rib nuts. That kind of the only thing I have enough of, but I don't have hardware, so I got to get hardware for these. So I think we're gonna pull a couple of these off, see about getting the gasket material off. We'll pull them all off and the horn off. See about getting the gasket material off of them, and then we'll have to get some hardware and stuff and see if we can seal this stuff up, hopefully. All right, got her holding the U-clip on the inside. These are not very tight. Not really what these U-clips are designed for either. Okay. All right, this is one of the new lights. We got it that we replaced previously. Got it off. This is kind of the foam gasket that it came with, which I don't believe it was leaking from the gasket. I believe it was leaking through the screw holes, which with those U-clips, it was not very tight. Hopefully the rib nuts will help with that. Probably use this guy as a template to cut rubber gaskets out of the original 3 that we did not replace. Hopefully get those sealed up, as well as we'll have to cut a rubber gasket for that. I'm guessing we'll have to get into that here in a minute. But these rusted out screws, I believe the original ones we replaced, we ended up having to cut the nuts off inside. So we're gonna go through, cut all these off, and then see what we got for gasket underneath these. Because honestly, I don't remember. It's been a little bit. So let's we're gonna get the rest of these off. We'll get back to you in a sec. Well, got 4 of them loose. The last one is actually above all this mess, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get to that just yet. Let me see if I can get this thing apart and lower it down any. What else is holding this? There's probably a screw or something in the middle. Oh,
I can see something right there. Was it the ground screw that's got it? Yeah, it goes into the roof.
Yeah, well, it's also got some rivets there. Got it. Okay.
How the gaskets look.
They're stuck to the top. All right, I'm gonna scrape this crap off of here best we can. Clean these lights up a little bit. And see if we can figure out how to reinstall them. All right, we're going to be using what's called a riv nut. I already did a test one. Instead of the screws or a machine screw and a nut on the back, what this is going to do is use this tool. When you squeeze this down, essentially what it does is mushrooms the back side of this into the hole and creates threads in the sheet metal. That way we won't have to get to the underside if we ever need to take this stuff off or anything. Really handy tool. Just like that, gives us 2 threaded holes. And that's what it looks like on the inside. So now, he'll give me one of the felt ones. All right. There are Phillips over here. We're good. All right, that should be on there nice and solid now. Hopefully that won't leak. So I'm just going to go down the line, knock out the rest of them, and then we got to rewire them. And then we'll look into this horn. Everything rewired up. These are all nice and solid now. Hopefully that'll take care of that leak as far as those go. As far as the lights. Want to get into this horn. And I'm wondering if there used to be some kind of nut or something on these threads that would have held the back of the horn down against the roof. I don't know. We'll have to check into that. It's only got the one mounting bolt. So I guess we'll just have to take it apart and see what we can find. Wasn't very tight either. Okay. Ready? I believe this horn was off when we got it, and we just put some silicone around the edge. That obviously didn't work. Hopefully this is thick enough to do what we need to do. We'll probably do this against the body and do a very light bead around of the silicone as well. Take up this extra, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Roughness. Not the word I was looking for, but
uneven surface.
Yeah. I don't know what all this junk is.
Okay, looks like it's got some corrosion. Moisture being trapped, probably.
Yeah. Need to figure out a way to seal this up too. I'm not sure how, but this isn't working very well. Something along those lines. And how do I do that? So I have this thing, which is actually for like punching holes in leather. Seems to work for this too. I ended up just kind of doing a series of holes. Oops. That should work. Alright, now I think for the top, if I can get this back out. Got a little thicker one. There's your rubber washer. Just a little bigger than I'd like it to be. Once we drill this out, use a bigger bolt. Or we use a plastic washer. Which then isn't as big as I'd like it to be. Might do the trick though. Plastic washer.
A little silicone.
Yeah, I have a little bit of clear silicone we can put on it. Let's try that. Alright, and as far as the other one, this should be a pipe thread. And I'm obviously not going to have anything to thread on here. Alright, found this washer, thick washer. It's got rubber on one side and metal on the other. We're going to try that, see if it works. I wonder if I should put a washer behind it. Let's try that. Alright, we got our flat washer with just a little bit of silicone on either side of the flat washer. Went ahead and put a very small bead of clear silicone around between the rubber gasket and the horn itself. We'll see if we can get this thing mounted up and not leaking anymore, hopefully. Okay, you want to hold the nut then? Okay. All right. Well, it's smashing the rubber down. I guess that's good. Let's see if we can get one more turn out of it. Okay. That should be a whole heck of a lot more solid now.
What next?
Doors. I don't want to do the doors. That door.
We're gonna take it off.
I think so.
All right.
All right, with all that kind of buttoned up, hopefully, I believe the horn was the main leak. Obviously, there was leaks through the lights and all that. Still got to put some silicone around that seal, and probably this one too. I want to address these doors. And as a reminder, there's I don't know how well that shows up, but it's got breaks in the metal at the hinges. So we're going to attempt to at least weld that back together if we can. I did get some metal. We'll see how far we have to go. How heavy do you think this door is? We'll go any further? No, I'm going to need something else. I feel like you should be taking the bolts out and I should be holding it. Ready? Okay. Take your side down. Watch that mirror. We go that way. All right.
More balancing on the mirror on this one. Oh, I see what you're doing now.
Yep. A little better look of what we got going on here. I wonder if we can just weld it back together. And pinch that over.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. All right, let's start with getting all this old weather stripping off. We do have some stuff to try, as well as some window run stuff. Again, reseal the doors as well as the rest of it. All the weather strip cleaned off. I'm going to go in with just a buff pad, take all the metal or the paint down to the metal around where these cracks are, give us something clean to weld to. Try to, anyway. All right, I inspected the other door. It actually looks okay. All the door pins are wore out, so we're going to have to get into that, but at a later date. This is just a little slide hammer. My plan is, hopefully, I'm no body man by any way, shape, or form, but I'm hoping I can pull this door skin out a little bit. In theory, whether or not this works, I don't know, but I already lost the washer. Need like a pick tool or something. Kind of tight space. All right. A 1/2-inch wrench. Okay. I just pushed the nut right out. And now the nut's gone. I'm gonna need that magnet. Will that work? Well, of course, probably be a lot easier if I just took the door panel off. But that doesn't look like a good time either. Get on there. No, that's not actually doing anything, so scratch that.
Can you hold it with a screwdriver when you weld?
That's what's going to end up having to happen. Alright, see if this works. Mm-hmm. Now I want to go the other way. All right, got this stuff welded in and cleaned up as best I can with the little grinder disc and the roll lock disc. Just hit it with some self-etching primer. Gonna let that dry for a few minutes. This is the only brown that I have. It's a little glossy for this, but it's inside the door. You're not really going to see it too much. But if it clashes, we'll get something different.
Hey, it's almost a match.
No, actually, it doesn't look too bad. All right. It's a little dark, but see what it looks like when it dries. Any angle spray. All right, that's not gonna work. All right, I'm gonna let this dry for a few minutes, and do we do the weather strip before we put the door on or after?
I feel like it'd be easier to do before we put the door up.
Okay. All right. That's pretty much dry. For door weather strip, we're gonna go with this stuff we just got off of Amazon. Should work just fine. For what we're trying to do, we're not doing a restoration or anything. We're just making it good enough. So I'm going to go around with a rag, a little bit of brake clean, clean up our edges here, get all the gunk off so it'll actually stick. And we'll try to put this crap on there and see what happens. Good old Amazon. It's got a little bit of everything. Did I do the top? I don't remember.
Part of it. Or you start at the top corner.
All right. All right, well, where do we start with this stuff? Probably need a fresh razor blade. How do you operate this thing? It's supposed to come out somehow? It doesn't push out though. There we go. Oh, I got 2 for 1. 2 for 1. All right.
I say that we put the start at the bottom.
That's what I was going to do. We also got some like universal window run stuff we're going to try as well. I'm going to attempt poorly. See if we can like 45 these corners. I can't even get this crap off here. I have fingernails. All right, come on. There we go. So I'm going to go just past.
Decided not to use the adhesion promoter.
I used brake clean. Okay. And that should work, I imagine, once it's smashed in there and finds its home. Figure if we close the doors and leave it out in the sun for a couple days, it'll probably be fine. All right, and how do I do that? Sure. How much was this stuff?
I think it was only like $30
for like a 60-something foot roll.
Yeah, it said 68 feet.
Yeah. If you've ever bought like repop, door seals or whatever, stuff ain't cheap. They like that stuff a lot. So we'll try this. Maybe it won't work. I don't know. Worth a shot though. Again, we're not building a show vehicle. We're just trying to seal up the cabin here a little bit. I mean, if it has a little wind noise, I mean, does it really matter that much? Everything I have has wind noise. Go buy a new car if you want no wind noise. Well, shoot, that lined up pretty damn good. All right, well, let's move this stuff around, see if we can hang this door back on. I'm going to attempt to pull this door panel off. What am I doing?
You get Philip, I get Fred. There's way more Phillips than Fred.
What?
So there's way more Phillips than Fred. Okay.
Does it come off?
Got it. Yeah, get it.
Oh, that's neat.
All the buttons are tied.
Yeah, all the buttons on this side are tied on the inside. Somebody spent a lot of time on this thing. That's cool. All right, so goal here is, I don't know, window runs, I think. We don't have felts for the windows. We don't have any vent window stuff, but currently there is no actual window run. So the glass just rattles around all over the place. So again, we got some universal stuff. I don't know where it is. It's around here somewhere. So
That's the other one.
I think that was the one we were trying before.
Okay.
I don't think it matters that much, but so again, this is just a universal off of Amazon, just a universal window run stuff we're going to try. And it ought to be fun to try to get in here with the window in, with the glass in. See what happens. What's the best way to do this? There probably isn't one.
Do we use silicone spray?
For actual window runs that fit, yes.
Oh, okay.
These, not so much. I don't think that's going to work. I don't know if it would be beneficial to pull the glass out. We got to get it in the track over here. I don't know what the best way to do this is. Of course, I never do. It's hitting. Where's that pick tool?
Are you trying to wiggle the window?
I'm not even close to the window yet.
Okay.
There we go. I don't know. We're not even in it. Currently, I'm trying to get this in behind the glass here. I don't know how well this shows up. And I know my camera work is not the greatest. How do I go about doing this though? Because now it's all screwed up. Whose idea was this?
I believe it was yours.
I don't know.
I hope. Can you see anything?
I don't know.
Am I blinding with it?
Usually do. Well, kind of did something. So now, gotta figure out how to get it to go down. Like that.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Well, it's there now, I think.
Yeah?
I think we're good on this side.
Glue this in?
All right. I think that's all in, at least to there. Around the top, since this is universal stuff and doesn't really fit in here all that well, we did get some weather strip adhesive. I'm not going to fully glue it in, but I do want to put, a few dots in, probably 1, 2. We'll do across there. We'll put a few across the top, just to help hold it in place. I don't want it falling down. Hopefully it'll work. I don't know. As per usual, I am winging it. So now if we put this window up, should hold it in place until that adhesive dries. All right. Universal weather strip. We'll see how it does. We'll have to go back and clean this stuff up a little bit, but we do not have anything for the front. Obviously, the front is a lot narrower. We'll have to look into something else later. Again, we still need weather strip for the vent windows and all that stuff. So from here, we can go ahead and put the door panel back on. And yeah, we got to catch up the other side. We still got the back doors to do. Still got to seal up some windows. And I think all that is tomorrow's problem. We will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Spent a little time trying to catch up the passenger side door to the driver's side. Got all our door weather strip in. No big deal. That went pretty straightforward. We're putting the window run in. Oops. Ran into a little problem. So there's a track that has a screw in the top here and mounts down at the bottom. It's this side of the track that the window runs in and the window run itself sits in. And she broke. That should be there. So this window track was just flopping around. So we're going to have to weld this back together real quick to continue on. Unfortunately, we struck out on door pins. Everything they had like on the shelf was bigger than what these ones are. So we're gonna have to go online and find something. We were doing some looking at this door, and like the gap on this side seems okay. And then you see how the gap gets bigger at the top. I think this door is a little twisted. I mean, who knows what's going on with this thing. This might be as good as it gets. It does close a little better. We raised the door up a hair. I don't know. None of that matters until we get some door pins in it, so it's actually sitting properly. Being that the front gap's pretty good shape, and the rear's kind of messed up, I don't know how much we can actually do with it. It may just be the way it is, which is fine. The whole point is, like I said, just to kind of seal up the cab. I don't want water getting inside. If the doors are a little hard to close, they're a little hard to close. That's fine. So I'm going to weld this back together and get this window weather strip back in, or in place rather. And then I think we got the rear doors to do. And that pretty much finishes up this part of the project, I believe. Just noticed. I don't know if this shows up. We got a spider web on our antenna here. Overnight. You guys move fast. Okay, I think we got the front door sealed up. I think we got the cab lights and horn and all that stuff sealed up. She's going to work on doing the seals around the back doors. I did some research on the windshield, and I can get a gasket, but I didn't see any listings for an actual windshield itself. And I know my skill level. I will probably break it if I try to replace the seal myself. If you look at this thing, it looks like it had some kind of a sealer in it before. Definitely a gap there where there was probably some seam sealer. I have some clear silicone. I think I might just clean this up, tape off both edges, and put me a bead of silicone around it. I 100% know that is not the correct way to fix this, but I don't want to risk breaking the windshield. And chances are there's rust behind the seal on the frame, and if we never see it, it was never there. So I'm going to start cleaning this up and see if we can seal it. Like I said, I just want to keep the water out so we can do some interior stuff. Not making a show car here. I mean, obviously, this thing's been through some stuff. It is nowhere near perfect, but it's still cool. So if we can keep it that way a little while longer, that's what we're going to do. All right, I'm just going to go around this thing. Pick tools, scrapers, whatever, to try to get this old stuff out. And clean it up really good. Hopefully not scrape up the paint and damage anything, but obviously, like I said, it had some kind of sealer in it before. I'm guessing this was an issue at some point. All right, I think I got all the loose stuff. Clean this really good. Probably with some brake clean because that's all I got. I need to get some more acetone, that kind of stuff. All right, got this all taped off. She's still working on the doors. Jesse's over here trying his hand at a plasma cutter.
What?
Uh, taking a panel out to hopefully make a panel for his blue car. A whatever you want to call it, like a cover-up panel, an access panel, I guess. So let him finish that up. She's working on that. A few minutes here, we'll do the silicone on the windshield. All right, let's see how big of a mess I can make. Trying my best to kind of fill the void here. All right, he's making a bunch of noise. This is going to take a while. But like I said, I'm just going to fill this void up, smooth it off with my finger, and hopefully block water from going in there. All right, got all my silicone done. It is dry to the touch now, but made a little bit of a mess. Not too bad, even with the tape, but I know this is not the correct way to do this. You know this is not the correct way to do this, but I mean, the right way would be take the windshield out, take the seal out, inevitably find rust, have to fix that, have to paint match windshield and seal back in without breaking it. So if this way works, I'm happy with it. Again, not like show vehicle or whatever. I just need it to work good enough. Doors are all sealed up. I believe the cab lights and horns all sealed up. We went ahead and did the trunk or tailgate seal and the seals on these doors over here. This stuff's dry to the touch. It needs 24 hours to cure. So we're going to try tomorrow, run some water over it, and hopefully have not have a waterfall inside like we did before. Yeah, so we'll have to wait until tomorrow. See you guys then. Okay, it's actually about a week and a half or so later. It has rained in between the last part of this video and now, and it actually has been dry inside. But for testing purposes, let's run a bunch of water over this, see if we did anything, see if we did some good here. So I'm gonna have her go inside. I'm gonna run water over the top of it.
No leaks. No. No water down there either. Nope, not a drop.
Okay, there's no water inside, luckily, which is good. That's what we're aiming for. Door seals seem to be working okay. I do see a little bit of light through the back of the driver's door. I'm sure these doors need a bunch more adjustment and all that. We still got to get into door pins and all that. But it doesn't have an absolute waterfall through, especially the horn. So luckily enough, that part's fixed, which I'm excited for because, like I said, I want to start working on this interior, see if we can get it cleaned up and purdied up just a little bit. Got some ideas. If you got any ideas, leave some comments down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me which direction I should go. I kind of got an idea. Nothing too over the top, of course. Other than that, we still got to do like door pins and stuff, and a couple odds and ends. We still got a kingpin loose on the driver's side. Still got some work to do on this wing. It's got some rust holes and stuff in it. So thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it very much. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm. Kind of a weird video, I know, but I got to check stuff off the list here and there, and get videos out for you guys. So, always busy around here, always doing something. Other than that, you got anything to add? Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it very much. We'll see you guys next time.